Hello and welcome back to Thomas Talk. Sorry that there wasn't really that much of a fancy intro today. This is a really quick episode that was just really quickly thrown together. My studio is half torn down, so only half my equipment's actually here today. That's why I've got the mic back on. So it's gonna be a quick episode, but I wanted to make this one just to quickly introduce you to the brand new characters in the Thomas and Friends world. They're quite different characters, and they're characters that, of course, stem from the new special, The Great Race, which is coming out this fall. Now, a news source revealed some of the new characters to us, which was very interesting. It was a different type of reveal, and it kind of illustrated a bit more of why The Great Race is in production. It turns out that it's in production kind of to almost respond to claims about the show not being multicultural enough, and it also kind of ties in with the Summer Olympics going on this year. So it's two kind of things that they're trying to get at, and I think that it's interesting to see the cultural differences that they're introducing to the show, because you've got 4 new characters that we're going to see today from The Great Race from all over the world. The first one is no big surprise. It is Ashima, who is from India. She's a bright, colorful engine, a bit pink. Her wheel chassis looks a little interesting. I'd like to see it close up. Just its layout is different from anything I've ever seen, but I can't help but be reminded of Rosie when I look at her. It's a very interesting character and design and everything. Just the color choice is very different from any Thomas character that we've seen before, though, and it seems like she's going to be quite an interesting character. The next one that we see is, of course, Raul from Brazil. Now, to me, it kind of looks like they took Logan's CGI model and just rebuilt it a little bit, which is okay. I think he looks pretty good, and it's interesting to see how they've utilized the colors and the decorations of the character, and he seems really interesting as well. The face is something that could take some getting used to, but other than that, Raul does look very interesting. Now, the next one that we got to look at was what we first thought was Yong Bao, but this source claims is Yong Bao. He's from China, and he is very, very interesting in the color scheme of things, and he's got lots of China just all over him. Now, the one thing is, to me, it looks like they've kind of taken Hero's CGI model and modified it in that sense. But it turns out that Yong Bao is actually based on a Chinese engine. So it still does remind me a little bit of Hero, just the design, but it's still very interesting. And finally, we got one last character revealed to us, and that was Carlos from Mexico. Now, when I first saw Carlos, I didn't know he was from Mexico. I thought he was American or Canadian. I said, but they've already got a North American train in there. But, you know, here we've got Mexico represented in the form of Carlos, and he's a very interesting looking character. My one concern is, you know, how is he gonna fit in with the rest of the engines, because he is different in the sense that, you know, it's an American style locomotive, but that could be said for any of the engines because they all are so different and they all represent a different country. Now, the last concern that I have about this character and the apparently 14 now new characters that we're going to be getting is, what's going to happen to them after the race? That is a question that, of course, will be answered in time. Maybe they'll be, you know, the returning character that comes back for an episode or something. Maybe they'll just be the special. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, the special does look very interesting, and I do like the diversity that's being introduced to the show. Each of these characters seem like they'll bring something very interesting to the series, and I look forward to seeing what Andrew Brenner and the entire team of writers and producers and animators and the whole spiel have got prepared for us this year. Anyways, that's this quick episode of Thomas Talk. This actually wasn't even supposed to be filmed. It was supposed to be behind the scenes special, but I'm bumping that back until there is no more news. But yeah. Let's see if there's some news in the upcoming weeks, and until then, we will see you all next time.